Section 1 from the book of Genesis. For everyone said to Avram, after Lot was separated from him, Now lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward. For I will give all the land which you see to you and to your offspring forever. I will make your offspring as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can count the dust of the earth, then your offspring may be counted. Arise, walk through the length and breadth of this land, for I will give it to you. Avram moved his tent, and came and lived by the oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built an altar there to Forever One. In the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasa, Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of Goim, they made war with Bera, king of Sodom, Birsha, king of Gomorrah, Shinav, king of Admah, Shemeba, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, also called Zoar. All these joined together in the valley of Siddim, also called the Salt Sea. They served Kedorlaomer for 12 years, and in the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year Kedorlaomer and the kings who were with him came and struck the Rephaim in Ashtaroth Karnaim, the Zuzim in Ham, the Emim in Shaveh Kiriathaim, and the Horites in their Mount Seir, to El Paran, which is by the wilderness. They returned and came to En Mishpat, also called Kadesh, and struck all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites that lived in Hazazon Tamar. The king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, also called Zoar, went out. And they set the battle in array against them in the valley of Siddim, against Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goim, Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasa, 4 kings against the 5. Now the valley of Siddim was full of tar pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, and some fell there. Those who remained fled to the hills. They took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their food, and went their way. They took Lot, Avram's brother's son, who lived in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. Section 2 from the book of Joshua. Now the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, Beth Hoglah, Emek Keziz, Beth Arava, Zemaraim, Bethel, Avim, Parah, Ophrah, Chephar, Ammoni, Ophni, and Geba, 12 cities with their villages. Gibeon, Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpeh, Kephira, Moza, Rechem, Irpiel, Tarala, Zela, Eleph, the Jebusite, which is Jerusalem, Gebeath, and Kiriath, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. The second lot came out for Simeon, even for the tribe of the children of Simeon according to their families. Their inheritance was in the midst of the inheritance of the children of Judah. They had for their inheritance Beersheba, or Sheba, Molada, Hazar Shual, Bala, Ezem, Eltolad, Bethul, Hormah, Ziklag, Beth Markaboth, Hazar Susa, Beth Lebaoth, and Sharuhen, 13 cities with their villages. Ain, Rimmon, Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities with their villages, and all the villages that were around these cities to Baaloth, Be'er, Ramah to the south. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families. Out of the part of the children of Judah was the inheritance of the children of Simeon, for the portion of the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore the children of Simeon had inheritance in the midst of their inheritance. The third lot came up for the children of Zebulun, according to their families. The border of their inheritance was to Sarid. Their border went up westward even to Maralah, and reached to Dabesheth. It reached to the brook that is before Jokneam. It turned from Sarid eastward toward the sunrise to the border of Kisloth Tabor. It went out to Daberath, and went up to Japhia. From there it passed along eastward to Gath Hefer, to Eth Kazin, and it went out at Rimmon, which stretches to Ner. The border turned around it on the north to Hanathon, and it ended at the valley of Ifta-el. Kata, Nahala, Shimron, Idala, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Zebulun according to their families, these cities with their villages. The fourth lot came out for Issachar, even for the children of Issachar according to their families. Their border was to Jezreel, Chesuloth, Shunem, Hapharaim, Shion, Anaharath, Rabith, Kishion, Ebez, Remeth, En-Ganim, En-Hadar, and Beth-Patzez. The border reached to Tabor, Shahazumah, and Beth-Shemesh. Their border ended at the Jordan, 16 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar according to their families, the cities with their villages. Section 3 from the first book of Chronicles. Benjamin became the father of Bela, his firstborn, Ashbel the second, and Ahara the third, Noah the fourth, and Rapha the fifth. Bela had sons, Adar, Gera, Abihud, Abishua, Naaman, Ahua, Gera, Shephuphan, and Huram. These are the sons of Ehud, the heads of fathers' houses of the inhabitants of Geba, and they carried them captive to Manahath. Naaman, Ahijah, and Gera, who carried them captive. He became the father of Uzzah and Ahihud. Shaharaim became the father of children in the field of Moab, after he had sent them away. Hushim and Baara were his wives. By Hodash his wife he became the father of Jobab, Zibiah, Mesha, Malkam, Jeuz, Shakia, and Mirma. These were his sons, heads of fathers' houses. Of Hushim he became the father of Ahitub and Elpaal. The sons of Elpaal were Eber, Misham, Shemed, who built Ono and Lod with its towns, Beria, Shema, who were heads of fathers' houses, of the inhabitants of Aijalon, who put to flight the inhabitants of Gath, Ahio, Shashak, Jeremoth, Zebadiah, Arad, Eder, Michael, Ishpa, Joah, the sons of Beria, Zebadiah, Meshulam, Hizki, Heber, Ishmerai, Isliah, Jobab, the sons of Elpaal, Jakim, Zikri, Zabdi, Elianai, Zilethai, Eliel, Adiah, Beriah, Shimrath, the sons of Shimei, Ishpan, Eber, Eliel, Abdon, Zikri, Hanan, Hananiah, Elam, Anthothijah, Ishtaiah, Penuel, the sons of Shashak, Shamsherai, Shahariah, Athaliah, Jaareshia, Elijah, and Zikri, the sons of Jeroham. These were the heads of fathers' houses throughout their generations, chief men. These lived in Jerusalem. In Gibeon there lived the father of Gibeon, Jael, whose wife's name was Maacah, and his firstborn son, Abdon, and Zur, and Kish, and Baal, and Nadav, and Gedor, and Achio, and Zecher. Mikloth became the father of Shemaiah. They also lived with their brothers in Jerusalem, over against their brothers. Section 4 from the book of Matthew. On that day Jesus went out of the house and sat by the seaside. Great multitudes gathered to him, so that he entered into a boat and sat, and all the multitudes stood on the beach. He spoke to them many things in parables, saying, Behold, a farmer went out to sow. As he sowed, some seeds fell by the roadside, and the birds came and devoured them. Others fell on rocky ground where they didn't have much soil, and immediately they sprang up, because they had no depth of earth. When the sun had risen, they were scorched. Because they had no root, they withered away. Others fell among thorns. The thorns grew up and choked them. Others fell on good soil and yielded fruit, some 100 times as much, some 60, and some 30. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. The disciples came to him and said, Why do you speak to them in parables? He answered them, To you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but it is not given to them. For whoever has, to him will be given, and he will have abundance. But whoever does not have, from him will be taken away even that which he has. So I speak to them in parables, because seeing they don't see, and hearing they don't hear, nor do they understand. In them the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled, which says, "By hearing you will hear, and will in no way understand. Seeing you will see, and will in no way perceive. For this people's heart has grown callous, their ears are dull of hearing, and they have closed their eyes. Or else perhaps they might perceive with their eyes, hear with their ears, understand with their heart, and would turn again, and I would heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For most certainly I tell you that many prophets and righteous men desired to see the things which you see, and didn't see them, and to hear the things which you hear, and didn't hear them. Hear then the parable of the farmer. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and doesn't understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away that which has been sown in his heart. This is what was sown by the roadside. What was sown on the rocky places, this is he who hears the word and immediately with joy receives it. Yet he has no root in himself, but endures for a while. When oppression or persecution arises because of the word, immediately he stumbles. What was sown among the thorns, this is he who hears the word, but the cares of this age and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. What was sown on the good ground, this is he who hears the word and understands it, who most certainly bears fruit and produces, some 100 times as much, some 60, and some 30.